be abladiabi mi banye do manye mi ni obodai togbo ashonkwa so no ne ihe oyo akeshi nyefenye ye ojogba ni modro mo mi hu ihe ojogba ni bekene ihe le fonko shi ni nke bo wi ne ko ya je la are osan ejino ni yo jemeja akeshi Jaasetse ye la akele fonshi bekene alo akele fonshi bekene ni wo be ayato wo heye himeji abomli ni ko kadin wi mo nke Jaasetse yela eja akeshi ibala ko chinebe majemo wulo niji letters inya imba jo chinepe shin afi be ochiete mamline letters inya imba ni nkobe Jaasetse gbe na anehi ake ani ayela Jaasetse alo aye Jaasetse ke han la akuchwe kome niji kwe ka agbene la akuchwe kome hu niji abisi ewo nibi ne jinoni neke biamlin bemlin ni ayafu alo ayato wo numone niji be ni odota ajeye yano yela ni as history students as gama bi nibi ne kome ete no afi baba o decades amline ni meneshi ni wota na hu esukololo ewo ke ano ebio ni wo fen ke wo take interest ni wo follow ni susumo papa ni yo ni wo chon susumo bonafi ni no fen no ayalo jugba wo mene inshe let us say a platform no boni ya le ha let us say eje heite eko eja besi eko hu eje noja keshi kwe eko eje noja keshi la stew bone yo le na ba chela keshi traditional council ewo imasumo makani letters ne wo mene lemba pe ni bi amlin pi shimbo makani letters se ba gbene na agbe nke yemo fiu echase ake hopefully e wo ba na ake to enjoy lemba e la ni noja keshi wo fen wo ya wo hie wo klenkle tani makani e be pienye ma chon in document amro no shin klenkle tani makani e eja abisi na abisi la ye akuche ye nehu ko botemi la ya akuche nehu be pia ko pa anyoke enyemi ekomi na efia no shibe ko bumli ahu akuche ye fio nehu emlin ekomi ji be abisi ke emli ekomi eji kwe ni leta ni makani ma file papa ko no kache leta na ke emini the registrar la traditional council status of Jaasetse in context of la paramountcy and membership of la traditional council was an efe jake koba wo mangulu niji la ejake ke abadan aye mangujien ipa aye gamashin aye osu aye la aye teshin aye nunwa dana aye tema ye la ani aye Jaasetse kome ke ha la ma fin alo be aye Jaasetse ke ha kwepe ka agbene Jaasetse ke ha abese ewo ake ka ba wo la manche dasani ke ba ji kwe normally boni men chon ake ekule ba anye ji ake ke ba she kwe bia normally ani isane bala ake shibe kwe Jaasetse ba wo la manche e ba anye hie ke wo be keji la manche jimlie ba agbene gbena ake Jaasetse hu efu ye jeme be ke te abisi normally ba abisi hu noja ake shin ena Jaasetse o ne ke jiboni wokola ake shin wie mu ya le ha wan Jaasetse alo Jaasetse awo ye bi no ma kan let us say papa clean letter jabisi ni date ni kan eji 19th March 2024 many watch me ya abisi kel ni mi yo na be mi nga iche niji ni manche ya abisi ni kwado kropon niji clean nche mi bodo manyi ile ake ne anyeta no kware nsuro ye jeme niji be abisi Jaasetse especially letter ni makane ne be eje nche me na adin Alhaji Salim mi bodo manyi ake status of Jaasetse in context of la paramountcy ni meaning letter ake throughout history a precedent has been established regarding the role of Jaasetse within the La Traditional area, we would like to emphasize the following historical instances which have set a standard. In 1919, following the destowment of Neodua-Chem II, the Jaasetse position held by J. Mensah was truncated, and Tetaye assumed the position from Kwe as the substantive Jaasetse. Ake ebalake ye be kumlinye ni 1919 ne. Bemli ni Neodua-Chem ni jienyo. Akpale akeshi manche. Be Jaasetse ni yo na kan be amlinye ni achi be tanke ni J. Mensah. Ebalake shi afu e Jaasetse yeli no. Na ni J. Mensah Jaasetse na yo ne ba chomle ake do mie ya bese ni be mona awula ake Neodua-Chem be leun awule ya bese no mli. Ewo ni akpa Neodua-Chem ni jienyo ne ke no bele woche ne hu ani e Jaasetse egbe na hu fo ye jeme. No ni etunkete be Tetaye ayeno ni Tetaye be Jaasetse ye kwe normally boni wo cheme abisi e chon na ke Tetaye assumed the position from Kwe as the substantive Jaasetse. Similarly, in 1954, upon the destowment of Nia Jonano the fifth, Robert Annankwote lost his seat to Neokpoticha Akle during the reign of Nia Nyete Kwakranya. Ewake Ebashe 1954 Bemlini Nojiakeshi Manche Nia Jonano yo lumo wache community Robert Annankwote ji Jaasetse ni yo ni eyekwe nomi. Shi bemli ni akpa ni Jonano ni eba abesi ake shi be ni anyete kwakranya ba chon la manche. Ebalake wache Robert Annankwote ni nomliele ji Jaasetse bona chon ni eyekwe nomliele we lose ese o Jaasetse ye ekroko memo gbo dani ebalaka uwene shi bone ya lege bie ne ye la a chon mliake mo eje mli shike abalake shi manche jemliye alo akpa manche besen no bebo Jaasetse kenie e ya he konklon ba he ne ba ya asani be Jaasetse gbe na ho e ya jeme alo ke kule e bi ne hi ne yo no be Jaasetse gbe na ho ba hi jeme shi no ni bi pi boti omlini je amno ne no ba wi shi masmo mambek makani abese bi aleta ne no nshojo ba e wa watunkeje no jake 1954 no. Okay, subsequently, after the destowment of Nyete Kwakranya II, which led to the installation of Ni Pobitetetru III, Ni Pobitetetru Jimoni Lenye se ne no eba batano. Ni Laye Chakle, the then Jaasetse stepped aside for a new Jaasetse from Kwe, Ni Odoi Okpoti Odote. E wana akedi nomlie Nyete Kwakranya bano. Jaasetse na ke nomlie yo ni nomlie eje kweye ni le yo no ke ha no jake ni ajo na no be Jaasetse gbe na abafu amro na ehu be abakpa ni anyete kwakranya ni jienyo e wo na chomi ake be lewu Jaasetse gbe na moni yo Jaase alo ye Jaase na kan bia mi lewu egbe na abafu ni Jaasetse ya te wo nyamie komeno alo wo che komeno ni ji ni odoi okpoti odote ibemni na wo ni Pobitetetru ni ake ni odoi okpoti odote eba jemlin ne sheiko. After the demise of ni odoi okpoti odote, new Jaasetse ni odota J was installed because ni Pobitetetru from Kwe was still on the stool. E wo ni odota J lewo eje Kwe we ba cha enyemi ni odoi okpoti odote Jaasetse gbe na no. At a point in time, Ni Odota J was incapacitated. Nianum Odote, Major General retired, was nominated to act as his in his stead. Presently, with the passing of Ni Pobitetetru III, which brings to an automatic end the position of Jaasetse by the Kwe Royal Quarter, there seems to be a break in protocol as Ni Anum Odote still occupies a seat in the La Traditional Council as Jaasetse. This implies that the position of Jaasetse is no longer rotational among the two royal quarters, Abese and Kwe. We respectfully urge the La Traditional Council To ensure equity in this matter, as customs of our land, we request the following action. The Jaasetse of Kwe and any acting representative should be relieved of their positions at the La Traditional Council. It was not in Kandine Kema for no Kukumahaboe. E chona keshike ebala awo no jake Jaasetse gbena Jaasetse awoye Kwe ba awoye abese ka abese ya meno ni lumo be alo mo jemliye ke lumo be na kan isane ya no jake shikucho konklumi she bala ke she amron ni ko bitete tru jemliye na gbene Jaasetse uni yo diji ni odota aje ni kashin gbeke ni ejemliye kun ebi ni ebala ke sha fu no fe no dan ni kedi ebala ke shi e sha bese manu na e ba wo ebe ebala ke sha bese bi hu ka me Jaase ba shi ebele na kan na me na ke shi Major General anu odote retired e kan ni a chela ke shi acting Jaasetse ni no ja ke shi abese bi encho na ke shi eja agbe na kan e wa me market traditional council akwe ni no ni ya no na me pa ni akahani no ja keshi ni ji Major General odote achole acting Jaasetse hela she bemli na kan ameteni endi wasani ewaye jeme she echako chono La Traditional Council ni ji 28 March amenwa letter keba ni letter na ejino ni makanie inye ma chon keji letter ni La Traditional ni angmale last two shike obumlintu edin be chebe no hu ni yo La Traditional Council le ame ngo ni letter di makande neje amechi kwa abese tayemie wo yo sia keshi mlami ni 19th March mamlie nyeme alo chebe ni yo abese engma letter aki aha Traditional Council biye ni amro ne letter nje Traditional Council biade kenya la madi ni achi kwa abese tayemli shi bone ya ale ni makande ma aboe e call wie boy na abese biye wie ike publication in relation to the funeral of the late Ni Odota Aje. I have the instruction of Ni Me to write to you on the above subject. Ni a salutation eji all clan houses la me. They ke dear la me. E de je ne ake kwe bi nwie. Letter ni je Traditional Council de ke bashin. Ye letter he de no be ni kanoji last two or be letter ni je last two there. Eti clan house inside ji wekushia efe ni ke die la me be anga la me fe ni ko ni fe mo ne anga nyi fe mini cheme ka ake the circulation of certain publications in the form of posters, banners, invitation cards and audiovisual clips in relation to the funeral of the late Ni Odota Aje have come to the attention of Nime. The said publications contain the La state emblem, an inscription La Paramount to Jaase, and the designation La Jaasetse to the late Ni Odota Aje. Ni may have no hand in the said publications and therefore dissociate themselves from them. Ni may want all and sundry to know that there is nobody in La, known as La Paramount to Jaase. Also, the designation of the late Ni Odota Aje per the customs of La and the records of Nime was that of Jaasetse of his quarter and not La Jaasetse. Ewo sania hu bi ene akeshi. Last two letter ja medike ba amencho na ake ko ba la abela Jaasetse. Shi mo emini aye kwe Jaasetse. Ewo be communication materials ba afi posters ka announcements ke ni bi bemli na ya afu Ni Odota Aje ochidemli eja akeshi bono aba afi yara ni mene peshin ye ni chemencho na akeshi ye material mi posters ke ni bi amli boni nye me ni yo kwe ebala akeshi na atugbeji ano be achi Ni Odota Aje ta akeshi be La Jaasetse esa ni bale na kan eja ka be La ma fin Jaasetse na ba designate ake La Jaasetse shimba ye kwe Jaasetse o ye gbeko no letter na je Traditional Council le eke nyeme abese biye alo abese akucho biye sani en yehebo akeshi ko bala boda abese biye tun akeshi ba ye Jaasetse ke ha abese na Jaasetse ke ha kwe na kan no ko jinoni cheme niji maja cheme chon ye ameleta ne mling. Aha. The fact that Nime for some reason have given the council premises for the funeral of the late Nyodotaje doesn't mean they have sanctioned the said publication or are involved in the funeral arrangement. Nime therefore requests the authors of the said publication to cease forthwith with their circulation in order not to create misconceptions and also breach the peace of law. Ewo be chebe sumo na eba charo na eba ngala Jaasetse kan ni odotaje ne ka create impression na ke ekola menfino ni ya no se ba nyema be se bi enwe ngaleta ke tia me de Nime are cautioning all ame to desist from using the last two and the last state emblem without their authorization. They are further cautioning against the use of uncustomary and non-existing titles in order to avoid sanctions by Nime. Wake abe la paramounts to Jaasetse, la paramounts to Jaasetse. Na ba here ehe la paramounts to Jaasetse. Ake la ma fe Jaasetse. Na ko mo no lebe no ba faneke na nie cheme ba sanction bo cheme ke bo ba yi. De ne to boni nke bo e ame address la ke shi dear la me ame ke bo kwe wi ko shi egbe ko no ko bo mlinto edin ake kwe menwie. Ni ji kwe akuchwe. Ni nye me ni yo kwe hu eba reply ni minimin ka ke nye me ni yo kwe because then wole boni ni ma ya le ha shi many min twa ke nche me ni min twa ke shi nye me ni yo kwe benani ame ke nchuni eji ake shi la Jaasetse ni Bible na me nchuni with the title la lo benake la Jaasetse. Amen yose ni odotaje ni noja ke kanshi gbeke ne ake la fe Jaasetse eji kwe position ake shimbe aye la fe Jaasetse shiabe kwe Jaasetse ni aye la stu le hu Jaasetse ewa me ba reply with amehu ameleta ni nojino ni amro ne mi nkwe ni makani mahabwe ameleta ame title le disclaimer amekemini disclaimer na ameona maangma ameke all clan houses boni last two le alo chemeni your traditional council le ma ameleta na kan gbe no no amechon ameke all clan houses la na mo amenma die la me jena amenma ken traditional council bi e be traditional council bi e na amenma alo last two ma amenma ke to kwe directly shameke to all clan houses la na ameke die la me ewo ni nyeme ni yo kwe ma nyeme ni yo kwe ameleta hede no ji la Jaasetse na megma the last two ewo noni cheme nka ma akeshi akafi amekafi letter hede nchon otherwise eja ke letter hede ni yen ye bie kule enye na ojogba shiko no ba na megma anma la Jaasetse ke agbene the last two ameke die la me a letter in circulation on an unapproved last two. On an unapproved last two. The letter head ni no jakeshi are used from ni yesusu momlialo intelligence mlie be a traditional council le she traditional council letter head beno last two jino ni yono ni chom yake be magia che meji me na me he yo mlie ekemini a letter in circulation on an unapproved last two letterhead signed by a certain Beta Gogo, claiming to be an acting stool secretary. The letter ni je last two le the alo traditional council, shije traditional council le the boni signed by Tagogo. Ni bi ene ake claiming to be an acting stool secretary has come to the attention of the last two. Jaasetse bena chon wo nyeme ni yo no jake shikwe. Ike the la Jaasetse, that is the last two, met this morning and confirmed as follows. It will be an wana two stools ni ndamoshi. Ake stool le no ni yo letterhead no ni ko kwe hi shei. Ke agbene stool le ni no ebe e ko la traditional council majiache mai ni ke wonchon la traditional council le meni obana na megbe hi eje mebe wonchon ni oboda dai ake la mankralo be ni aje ko fi ake la shikiteli ni akwa shonche ke krokume ni ji wo cheme ni doja ke shin wo fe wo bo kwehu wo cheme yejeme traditional council le cheme straw to ibaba o ni je main penny chita ji me ni yo je me shimacha leta ne no quickly ni nwie mo se akafe kakadan ike ni me did not authorize the said letter which seeks to undermine the funeral and office of the late La Jaasetse Neodota Ajayi. La has a paramount stool which is not in doubt. La has a paramount stool Jaasetse which was headed by Neodota Ajayi until his death on 15th May 2023. Per the La Traditional Council document circulated at the 2023 Omowo, the La Traditional Council described Major General Samuel Nyanu Modotei as acting La Jaasetse, since he at the time was acting on behalf of the La Jaasetse Ni Odota Ajayi, who was ill, now deceased. Ewadoni nyeme kweme nchona kekeye ene mlinji ake. Nime did not authorize ake chemeni your traditional council le. Je amekra jimeni mana kan leta ni nchona ake shi abela Jaasetse shi kwebo Jaasetse. Ewa jimeni yo kweke leta ni baitagogo ma dabi je cheme jimeni ma. Ni ke laye paramount to ni laye paramount to Jaasetse. Ni Neodota Ajayi jiboni head wo bene imanomi akeshi ayela Jaasetse nyeme nkwe bi enfishi lolo ake na ayela chomu efe Jaasetse niji Neodota Ajayi ni inyahime ji abo omlin wo ni nkebo wi one ike ni ba site even document kwa ake nyese ne apono ni noji akeshi ayela homowo abala akeshi noji ake brochure koda afi Niji per La Traditional Council document circulated at the 2023 Omowo. The La Traditional Council nyecheme no ni your Traditional Council le. Bibli na ya ye Omowo. Nye no nye mayemi akeshi aye acting La Jaasetse niji Nianum Odote. Ni mene nyeba along mene letter ko ejepo da ke baita gogo sign ne ka akeshi dabi abe La Jaasetse alo abe acting Jaasetse shimo aye ku Jaasetse. Na meke Major General Samuel Nyanu Modotei and the acting Kwiaku Choche, Professor Niabla de Glover, have disassociated themselves from the Baitagogo letter purported to have been directed by Nime. Be chemeni yo kwe Major General Anu Modotei niji leji acting ne ke Professor Niabla de Glover. Akama mekamele eko. Amele nekele tane na ake eje last two ni Baitagogo sign ake kule baje Traditional Council le chemene ni ameke bale kuya mame hiyo kuye hiye ameke mini amele hiko purported to have been directed by Nime. That Nime, including them, are neither aware nor have sanctioned the ill-motivated contents of Baitagogo's letter. Obla ne na amenchona ake shaje Baitagogo maaha ake Traditional Council biye amele sanye eko ni nojaka Major General Modotei ke agbene Professor Blade Glover amelehe noko neke Baitagogo letter na lehe neje nyeme nkwe bi ewi ohe ameka lehe ni Baitagogo letter na kra eje na be ba wie ye la aka be La Jaasetse she wo nyeme cheme ni yo kwe ameke na aye La Jaasetse na agbene wa ye La Paramount to Jaasetse ni aye La Jaasetse alo la last two ewo be energy third letter ni minkandi bemli ni kweme engma La Jaasetse last two letter ne last two letter komba last two le no ni jo Traditional Council le be ehe reply be ko mini eke all clan houses ni still le address kweme directly she address la man e wa ke letter ne e ya ke la clan se fin aka akuche ka agbene we fin aka dear la me. The attention of Nime has been drawn to a letter never 1st April niji se pe no nin kan yo niji Traditional Council onupa ya de shije Traditional Council e ja ke letter e chomi ake last two last two heni letaje officially last two ni nakanji boni isake woyaleshi minchon traditional council leja ke stu se enyo tachion wo ke nche traditional council pe bonu nshia keshi be heni leta ne ni kan yoje we ne last two shi chemeni ayu ame sanie be meno bali amaka me traditional council le. The attention of Nime has been drawn to a letter dated 30th March 2024 with the above subject on a strange letterhead captioned La Jaasetse, and the last two, it was still le chemeni your traditional council le mimba yedo manye in cheme. Amen chona akeshi nyemeni yo kwe letter ni nuja akeshi angma na me letterhead amengma La Jaasetse. It is a strange letterhead. Eja kamele no kunakan abela Jaasetse boni amame chon alola paramount to Jaasetse bebli nakan. The letter is purported to be in reaction to Nime's letter as regards the publications in relation to the funeral of the late Nyodota Ajayi. Nime still stand by their letter and urge Lame to disregard the above mentioned letter on the strange letterhead with the contempt that it deserves. It is very surprising that the Kwe elders at the council dissociated themselves from Nime's letter, since they were involved in the deliberations that led to the writing of Nime's letter. Chemeni your traditional council leke efia mehie ya akeshi eba jepu akeshi Kwe Chemen niji Major General Anumodote acting Jaasetse ke agbene Professor Blade Glover eba jepu akeshi decision ni Cheme meka ka anwa letter na clarify akeshi abela Jaasetse shimwa Kwe Jaasetse Chemeni je Kwe ba aka mele na kan decision na he ko kra ni no la traditional council bi e ma letter ama me ka mele he ko ameke na kan bia me na fi okpe aka anwa na aka akeshi abela Jaasetse sha Kwe Jaasetse no mi eni anu modote ke agbene Professor Blade Glover ametakpe emieko ni neke jiboni no chamo yole. Major General ni Anumodote retired acting Jaasetse was present when the discussion on the issue began, but later left the meeting unceremoniously. Professor Blade Glover, council's advisor, denied knowledge of one of the publications, an invitation card that was under discussion, by saying that he has not seen it. He undertook to stand in for the Kwe Jaasetse when Major General Ni S.A. Odote left and was present when the decision was taken to write in reaction to the publications. Akecheme Major General Anumodote yekpeyeshi shine kweshi unceremoniously. Neba miakeshi Professor Blade Glover niji advisor yejeme nile no leji acting Kwe akuchoche edamomling akedamo Kwe Jaasetse na ewo cheme amenchusa mewe se carefully abeke La Jaasetse abeke Kwe Jaasetse no mieba miakeshi Professor Blade Glover badamo amena ni amefia bagbe npa mo akeshi publications na afi ni ko ni Anumodote yara he na ba afie na che ni Anumodote ni Ajayi ni Odota Ajayi yara akeshi be leji La Jaasetse a correct na file Kwe Jaasetse cheme jeme na akpene no ni bala ake na ameka amelehi ko e wote cheme mu na me hatin ameke. The 2023 Homowo brochure they refer to contain mistakes bob akayake nyemeni yo Kwe ni amencho na akeshi La Jaasetse ameke afi Homowo brochure ko ninwe traditional council bi enon ama La Jaasetse acting shame no amedo amehi ameka amebe La Jaasetse e wo bi e cheme nji amena ameke. The 2023 Homowo brochure they refer to contain mistakes that made Nime to take a decision for the brochures not to be distributed, but they later allowed the distribution on condition that the mistakes would not be repeated in subsequent years. The authors of the purported disclaimer would have been fair to themselves and Lame if they had referred to La Homowa brochures of previous years in which someone was designated as La Jaasetse or acting Jaasetse, La Jaasetse, that to refer to only a year brochure which was fraught with mistakes. Chairman Chona Akeshiniji La Traditional Council Nupae with the letterhead there La Jaase last two le ake Kenye many your kwe under the banner name ake La Jaase Boname Chon. I may refer to a more brochure kwa Akeshi Traditional Council be a denche. Po na menma acting La Jaasetse I make a bemli na kan. She no me a mistake, do na ya fe. Na ma acting La Jaasetse ni shukwe bi na correct no shi ame kwame yi ame fononi a distribute na kan no shi no e chon me Akeshi be ameli deliberately na menma acting La Jaasetse shi mon ka kwe other years ke ni biye angma ko dan akeshaye La Jaasetse alo acting La Jaasetse o nyeme ni yo kwe akaba na ye ba wi akeshi ame kwafi kometo na ya fe mistake po na ya ma acting La Jaasetse na meke ba fe sani akeshi be aye La Jaasetse alo acting La Jaasetse sha be acting La Jaasetse kwe abe La Jaasetse shi aye kwe Jaasetse ni ko dreamlindi won ebe aye abese Jaasetse ni may take strong exception to the reference to the acting stool secretary Miss Baitagogo by the authors of the purported disclaimer as a setting Baitagogo claiming to be an acting stool secretary chemeke amensha behingme sha kwe biye na mekwa na meka me le Baitagogo letako she Baitagogo den che she is a setting person claiming to be a setting acting secretary ameke bemli na kind. Nime wants all and sundry to know that Miss Baitagogo is indeed the acting stool secretary. She has been acting as stool secretary after the demise of Mr. J.T. Aye, the former stool secretary, and that it is not for the authors of the purported disclaimer to determine the statuses of Nime's appointees or employees. So I mean, manomi, I mean, kakeshi. Letter ni kwe bi efe tomo amele ni letter aje eje amecheme ade ni gimaja cheme na ale amehu ye traditional council le letter ne chomi ake last two officially ameke Baitagogo leji no jake acting last two secretary o ebini la mefe ayoseni ameke wu ke buleni say ha me ni may have taken a very serious note of the unpleasant tone of the purported disclaimer letter and the disrespect being shown to them. Nime reiterate their caution to all army to desist from acts that can lead to the breach of the peace in law and also attract sanctions from Nime. Ni ameha letter like ame sign ke no fe no. Be ne ke jiboni letters ma ke ni bi ya ke ba e abale la ochine nyeme ni yo abese ke amelete kumehu ejeponi masumo makande no kemuna shidani maya nyeme abese bia leta no be ekukufu oji ake noni ya no ela a chomi akeshi abela ma fe no jakeshi Jaasetse shi ayekwe Jaasetse no jakeshi aye abese Jaasetse shi wiemo ekomehu ndamoshi ake dabi aye no jakeshi la ma fin Jaasetse makande abese bia no shroudiji am a second letter bagbene in wrap up with wiemo few nene eji press conference ni nyema abese bia fe nyese ne am feel 28th March ni amencho na akeshi the necessity of convening this gathering arises from recent frivolous claims made by the Kwe Jaase concerning matters of profound concern to the people of Abese. One particular vexatious claim pertains to the proposed redesignation of the Kwe Jaase chair office to La Jaasetse. Or nyema Abese bi endamoshin lolo ake dabi abe La Jaasetse. Tamoboni Traditional Council cheme digi last two bi chon akebe abe La Jaasetse. It is crucial to emphasize that this matter was adjudicated in the dispute of 1938 by the Gas State Council judgment, affirming the existence of two distinct royal quarters, namely Abese and Kwe, each with its own Jaasetse. Therefore, the assertion of a large Jaasetse position lacks merit and validity. It was Yemeni Abese in fair case lolo. Akeshi ye 1938 Mamlinton State Council le Boasaniko. Ne amenchon na akeshi aye 2 distinct royal quarters. Ni di akuche enyo na yolumoye la. Ni ne kan akuche enyo na di abese kekwe. Na abese kekwe me fe ya be Jaasetse na meke dilo. E wa be gbena akuye la na chole la Jaasetse. Amete no men produce document eko wa keshimini. Documentary evidence including a letter written by Mankralo. Akela Mankralo ni Soja Duamro II in 1941 attests to these facts. Despite these references, the Kwe faction persistently seeks to redesignate such offices as La Jaasetse, as evidenced by a circular circulated during the abortive installation of Major General Nianu Modote as La Jaasetse. It was baby and abese me fe reference to 2 documents, allow 2 issues. Niji Bergen State Council judgment ke agbene ni Soja Duamro niji enyo 1941 letter name no mi akeshin be aye akuche enyo ni ameyehu Jaasetse me enyo ni makane ni Soja Duamro niji enyo niji la Mankralo na kan bia mi letter mahabo. Okay, another document ni infikwe bi a narrative ese be agbene imu insanie na infe analysis pi menen ke min kan letter se fe ni bo chine koni ke kolo nukwalo na kwe ni onu fe shishin alo mo fe po be wo ke wo hinga bona fe no kwegbe ano ni to enjole ba anye ni ebayela e won kan ni cheme ni yo abesie ame lojakeshi press release imlinkpo ni agbene masumo makandi nojake Mankralo letter ni nyema besebi echon akeshi efion ameki se Mankralo letter jino ni hie ye bi ene ni angma 20th October 1941 ni Soja Duamro jimoni sign eke meaning there are 2 ruling quarters, each with a headman known as Jaasetse. Be ni Soja Duamro yue mone. Ni Soja Duamro ke emini. Ninomie e chon labadi stew dispute. Niji many. Here under is a list of persons who are entitled in accordance with the recognized custom and constitution of La to elect the manche. Akeke bale manche womo miye neke ji cheme ni no jake shi ameyo ni mla miye min chom le ake lapo ya kuche ne hu amro ne ne ano ho gbe be pie efi otomo ahena ja na ho yemlishi. There are documentary evidence aka no ho akucho muni ni bie ne kema David Strawe akuche na list ye bie ne abafum ana o klana keleshi na kan bia miye ke mati ewo bi ene epo na kan bia mi aye ngmati akuchokome no mi ye leta na no ye chomle ake ba be ngmati drase na be ngmati abonase ye leta mi ye bi ene o na ake sha ngmati kome ni aya bafum aya na o aya klana na election agbawe be ye ne kan bia mi ekule no mi agbawe ho abafum le alo noko shin nke no ba wa bi ene noni ko Jaasetse gbe na e makanie ake. There are 2 ruling quarters, each with a headman known as Jaasetse, and the Jaasetse of each of these quarters can only nominate at the request of the electorate, but does not elect a manche. Aha, ewo energy na ke position 1. Jaasetse or headman of our basic quarter. Na chi mo gbe ita ake TGM aje. Ni ke bale kwe achi no jakeshi yomo akron ni Jaasetse tutetaye ake Jaasetse ewo bene ni nyeme alo cheme ni yo abese nchona ake ema amewie mo no mi. In addition to Gan State Council buamo alo ame rule ne nchona ake be abe la fin alo ke ebipo na adwemlie aya abese Jaasetse aye kwe Jaasetse shi abe la fe Jaasetse ni jo kwe pe yegbeko no boni kule nyeme alo cheme ni yo kwe inhina mechon shi agbene nwe in another document ye bie niji be Littlewood be pie wolo na chole Littlewood wolo ni no hu hia wie mu okpoko ni mfi kwe ma position na ese ni masumo makane neke position na eja nkande ko ni mfi cheme ni ya base position na ese e wo min kande no ni mfi no lo ja keshi nyeme ni yo alo cheme ni yo kwe bi anose be nke wie mu eba na agbe many jino ni Littlewood wolo eke Littlewood wolo eke it's being accepted that the Jaasetse nominates the candidate for the stool. The question as to who is the Jaasetse arises. The defendants claim that there is but one Jaasetse. Near BNA Mona Chon ake defendant said Jikweme. The defendants claim that there is but one Jaasetse for the whole of Labadi, and that he is the second defendant. The plaintiffs claim that Abese have their own Jaasetse. The state council, again without any proof, decided that Kwe and Abese had each their own Jaasetse. Such evidence as is available points to there being only one Jaasetse. In the chief's list, Tetaye is shown as occupying that office for the whole of La. Ewa Littlewood wolo Littlewood there no mia chom mia ke leji assistant district commissioner ye Gold Coast there. The Littlewood in wie ye bia akeshin. Bona akwa akeshin aye Jaasetse ke ha bese na ye Jaasetse ke ha kwe shin abela afen Jaasetse kome na kan. Littlewood in chom mia ke eni eshigbele mo e chom li na kan. The plaintiffs claim that Abese have their own Jaasetse. The state council, again without any proof, onake balaka refer to state council ko ga state council ruling ko. Shibi enake ga state council le boa mo na me boa na kan bia mi. Ame be proof ko na kan. Aka me ba boa na me boa na kan. Without any proof, decided that Kwe and Abese had each their own Jaasetse. Such evidence as is available points to there being only one Jaasetse. Nake evidence money yon chon na ake aye one Jaasetse ye la ni chief list ko ni yo ni no jake shia ko mli na kan bia mli chief list teta ye jimoni atwa ke leji la ma fe Jaasetse ni teta ye ne no mie kwenyoni ni chief list no le anmegbe akeshi la Jaasetse shangma Jaasetse ake kwe Jaasetse shangma ake Jaasetse ni indamo lana ewo be energy ko ko be Littlewood wolo emni ko ba Littlewood wolo eni here ye bi ene another page niji page 29 eke. The conclusion therefore must be that there is, in addition to house or family stools, one major stool at Labadi, and that this stool is kept at Kwe. This is the Manchester stool. And for these two, there can be but one Jaasetse. Be Littlewood in chomli ake ka kweno feno mlie aye Manchester wulu yela. Ni neke Manchester wulu ne abanya hia hu abahi ena aloehe Jaasetse gbena komipe. Ni this Jaasetse is Tetaye. Be achomi ake Tetaye ne no mie kwenyoni. Na ke this Jaasetse is Tetaye, the second defendant and the successor of Uketri and who said, now, each house too might have its own Jaasetse and Jaasetse, but for Labadi as a whole, there is but one Jaasetse. It is ridiculous, therefore, to state, as the state council do, that the second defendant had no status at this election. Ewobe Littlewood woloe hu imano mi akeshibe kobala ayela fe Jaasetse gbena ni kashin ewobo da akeshin still le abu asanji nkeho she mleko ba na ne ba ke abela ma fe Jaasetse eko ba aka akeshi ayela ma fe Jaasetse e wo be na ejiboni la sani e yo le ha aha in kenfi analysis mene she min kan document e ko me abo no ke na boni mene la nibi e ko me ashika moyo noni ngona ye incheme ni yo la hiji ake amenu shishi na meke sani e te dodowa ni iba afin fa pamo ake aba akwe koni a fast track dodowa sani e mo mlamla boni afeni anu no fe no shishi ojogba jene ko la le boni ni bi e yo she for some reason e ba anye bala ake shi me ye ni ame heko ruling se ko me ewo ko mlin lolo ya me trimlin ni shukun e bona bo asaje ko me ebi oni la manfe momli na ya hin ejake sajin fe ni ya no ye la e manche yeli here one way or the other abu ake hodan she bala ake shi shishinu mo ba lolo ye gbe ko ma no he woni mene gbine wotashi boni wotashi lolo ake ka obala manche wo mo ehisane ake shishinu mo bako shia ni ebi na we ake be ayole ya kuchi ana ake kekwe ye komie asana abesi aye komie alo ni toboni position komie chon inhene chon alo awie o ake be ni ayo mo ye kwe shiabo eja ake narrative alo school of thought alo wiemo chon na ake shin kwe ayo lumo ya aje lumo yeli enshin ye kwe na ake ma abesi o ke kwe bi ye tamo edwe bagbene abesi eye komie ake no ji position e komie ni position e komie unchon mi ake boni atola nye menyo ke bale la manche gbe na nye menyo ewo ke nye menyo na ajani isani ka bese ko ekomie be sani kwe hu akọ ekomie ndo wa ya je ye dodo wa ko je manchester kwemon sani ake ebala ake shin wiemo oji la mankralo ko manchester ekomie unji la shikitele ko manchester wo be no amuna ye loji akeshin dodowa ni abotemli na mro ne oni wo wi one be bala akeshin Jaasetse gbe na hu be no hu sani na agbene ke bale manche wo mo hu de nche hu agbene te awo manche ha ten ani akwa shonche ba anye hie alo shikitele ba anye hie me ro mankralo player alo me ro Jaasetse hundenche ba play ewo sanjiele emlie babao ni nojake abala ake neke biamie chebe manage situation na mo ojogba ela ken wie mi male keja me manage situation na ojogba ela shko benene awele manche me babao ewo mi enwona ake ye family ame handle ame mo ame trimling ni ame nkwe ni situation na akafe eja ke fe Manchester kwemo sani baba manche wo momlin sani baba Jaasetse wo momlin sani baba ni eba fambo ni wona le he fe he ona ni wo jin hwia ka ba akwegbe no mo ojogba ni anya fast track sani ye dodowa ni interesting conversations eba no ye Facebook ye wo page no susumu ekome jiake keji po ebala akeshi awo manche awo Jaasetse ye kwe na wo po ya bese hu po ye kwe ke po ya bese ka wo be Jaasetse na ba wo ken ba tru la manche be na lo mo na ba wa ke la manche he ni ye gbe kono e wo ke na kan ka wo mo ye kwe o awo ya bese o baba anya chemo akeshin doji akeshin la Jaasetse ne yamlin ni keje na kan po na wo Jaasetse ye he ko me hu ka wo baba achemo ake la fe Jaasetse ewo sajie ebi oni be mlini ba wo ba susun ojogba ni wo pem ni nyeme ko men ye Facebook they've had a very healthy conversation bepi ke won gbasane men ba susun ake o isani sajine me ko me agba ya gbona ne ke shi bepi ke won susun here wa ke man bi ebi onu wo le o man sajie amle ojogba na agbene hu won wo ke rich perspectives by na kansanie ne ngona akebe mlini share release ekomie wonye me ekome ameba men by sani healthily no na akeshi even though amewie mo ekpa gbe mo fe mo wie no ni le esusu ake eja amebe na ameje amehi I have intellectual conversation nimi mu na no jino ni nke mo nwie mo na nimi hye amekon ameji no ja ke shi nyeme clotiana bi opoti ke agbene wo yenyo naram sika mills ke agbene wo yenu ekombe niji Collins ni anan opoti imaka ni ame comment say be agbene nke nwie mu eba na agbe ni wo na akeshi baby ka won gba ne ke ma ajansanjin wo ba anye wo disagree ni wo agree ni ye family ni kasemo ba anye gemlin ke ba ni post ni ene ke jibo ni clotiana bi opoti bangma ye subject there eke I have expressed my view on this earlier on a brother's post. Let me repeat the essential theme here. The Jaasetse to a paramount stool is a paramount Jaasetse, and therefore its head is a paramount Jaasetse. This shouldn't be clogged with controversy. The suggestion by their lordships, name that the late Jaasetse's jurisdiction is limited to the Kwe Quarter is an anathema to Gadangbe custom usage. Akeke ni me ba aka akeshi wocheni ya na eniji ni odota aje igbena be Kwe peni ninu ewo e Jaasetse gbena na ebaye han la ebaye la be ke han Kwe pe esa na ebamli na kan je na kanji bonale ye gashikamomli ni eke miakeshi, meaning, in fact, if admitted, an unfortunate situation of 2 or even more Jaasetsemen may arise in the future, where the kings would have been chosen from different quarters. Nekeka kwenahi na keneken benane ba ya keshi be kulaye Jaasetsemen nyoke ni bi beno ba ne ba she be kwa ba nya bana manche me pi yela. Alo manche ni fi kumeje ko kwena yemene ba anya ya we no mene ba anya ya we no kesa ni kuyaba ekule je na kan inu awie mo hihye ojogba shi no jino ni nkan yake. The suggestion by their lordships that the late Jaasetse's jurisdiction is limited to the Kwe Quarter is an anathema to Gadangbe custom usage. In fact, if admitted, an unfortunate situation of 2 or even more Jaasetsemen may arise in the future, where the kings would have been chosen from different quarters. The Kwe stool is a paramount stool. The Jaasetse to the stool can therefore not be required to adorn any inferior accolade than a paramount Jaasetse. Ake Kwe stool le Jaasetse stool ni. Ewa anya aka akeshi ni Kwe stool le paramount stool ni. Kwe stool le paramount stool le ni ehe Jaasetse afe inferior. Shansani Jaasetse wan fe paramount to Jaasetse. Ewo be boni cheme nchon na akeshi abe paramount to Jaasetse. Inye nu neniji clotiana bi. Echom ya akeshi sani akwena asusu jeme ojogba. The late Jaasetse shouldn't be deprived of his rightful entitlement. He deserves the respect of his colleagues, not this controversy. Clotiana bi opoti mu na akeshi. Wache Jaasetse ni ya neniji ni odota ajeye. Bone ba chu enin ke ha ye la ebi ona ke wo ke bule hale ye enye ma aten be ke echo enye me be echo ni mankralo ni oboda dai ke ni shikitele ni aje ko fe ke ni akwa shonche ke cheme nkroko me ni fata ya ke enye me alo tipemfo jiame ye lumoyeli emlin ewo wo ni sa isaka ke ha ni odota aje niji gbekede ne kashin sana ke na kan wo ahale ne ya sumlin e ya himeji abomlin ake la Jaasetse sheka baletamo bemli mona ya afunle ye nutumo fe ne tun ye la ita baba agbe eguo na afite yara agbejano to e controversy na aka keshin elumone ba ye la be Kwe Jaasetse shije la chomu efe Jaasetse be nyenu clotiana bi opoti wie mone Germany nyenyo naram sika mills. Eba wiake Ablade TV online. The paramount stool of La is in Kwe and not in Abese. Nima isanima ma blaming few ebiake nyenyo naram sika be she sympathetic to Kwe. Nyeyo Narame, she is sympathetic to Kwe. Eke, the paramount stool of lies in Kwe and not in Abese. Nyanyete Kwakranya ruled from Kwe, although he was Abese. Ake, la sen wuluye Kwe, ni nyanyete Kwakranya, eye lumo, even though eja Abese, eye lumo keje Kwe. When you install from Abese as the manche, your reign is from Kwe stool, not Abese's stool. Anyone who is chosen as the Jaasetse of the paramount stool is the Jaasetse, and we do not attach Akucho to it. La Jaasetse is La Jaasetse, irrespective of your clan of origin. If you are attached to the paramount stool, it will be a name. Bonnie will call ye mle Jakeshi. Yo in your nukpa, you couldn't have captured my point any better. In your nukpa. Bemin daboshin ne ngona ake be nu owie mo hihye ojoba ewo wanyen yo naram sika mills huncho na ake aye la Jaasetse is la Jaasetse irrespective we fe we na ba awoboye ka awoboye sen wuluhi ewo be la Jaasetse jibo only ake be details ne ke wo mi eje ake ke bale la paramount stool le be kwe aha no jino ni wanyen yo naram in chonshi obviously perspective kron ye ni chona ake je na kanji boni eji sandegba ate no shi but afi ni ma balance situation na ewo ni ehia ke ma fi na kan be Collins ni anan opoti e ba twen susumo e ka mini aha when it is coming then it is doing. The truth we have been running away from is staring at and smiling. What makes the Botes too superior to the Jangote or Duachems too? What or who gave Kwe the power to rule? We can't run away from the truth forever. Oyegbeko no Collins niano puti in neutralize naram yemo yegbeko no akeshi. Bonina rami hede twanke lumoyeli ebe Kwe kra ebele nakan aha ewo inke no ba wa bia shino mi nto maka ne wonye nu ewie moko nklonko efie ba ha point ko ni ima sumo ni maka ne dani ma ye ba ha 8 points ko okay yege kia remember e bi nto ma find the comment shroud. Okay. Echencho woke wasanigba wa aba na agbi. Oh, ina nyen Collins Yemo. Okay. Collins, please read the 28th day of October 1938 judgment of the Gan State Council. You would know that one, who is the Shiche or Shikitele, the distinction between Shikitele and Uchame, who has the power to install. Okay. Alternation between Abese and Kwe. Okay. Failed attempts by Kwe to distort history. You can learn a lot from it. Clotia Nabiokoti. Aha. Ewo no mi wanyenwe ya other areas ni jenoji subject matter. Shin ewemo in chona akeshin. Be aye alternation between Kwe and Abese for which there may be basis. Akeshi sani ana Kwe Jaasetse. Ke agbene Abese Jaasetse healthy conversation den che ya no e bi offer no money olie court ya bloody TV impost no konin title like latest release from elders of the last two La Traditional Council as response to La Jaasetse Kwe elders o mas money ko to no ni bi ekuma hihye ba no ya jeme no ya kan comment no na nyemo no pa ne am a healthy conversation Be a jenny ke neke ni kande mone wa. Tomo ni title le latest reading. Saji PM link. Tomo neke wulone ni kande ne. Ke ona students of Gan history, students of La history. Ko na little wood wulone. Ona noja keshi Gan State Council le wulu na chon. If ya ke aye ko ekrotha minipo. If you can report ko huni yo bojien le straw to ye niko kanye oba no ni ya no hihye ojogba kenga wo ko yesusu mo enkumeye be wo ho wo kemba shiejin solimo kemfa ikpamo ake ye regional house of chiefs say aba akwa ni sane aboale mlamla ni once and for all wole hia alo hia na yola manche ye ke boni ato na ha ale money credit ni yola manche se keji la manche be aha agbene won ale boni Jaasetse gbe na ayo tan boni wie anokwale ekomepe anokwale ye gan ekomepe she for some reason moko ye na ewi anokwale ye no ni ya no family men ye na me wi anokwale ye no ni ya no family ni fegbe oyi wo ni gan ejoko lolo we ji wo solimo ake finally ye regional house of chiefs say ke ama sane no mi ne ken mo fe mo ba anu we won shishi ni je bi 50 years say wona bi ke wo council ai baba ni ame disregard no ni ehani echekela banche wo mo ngmene ni amehu ameyi no na ame disregard kona kusa ya court ekon tomobona ya ija ke ni wo wi one ene nchon na ake yegbeko no aboa eko nchon na ake ga state council eboa eko nchon na ake shi crota commission ke ni bi abubo isaje ato o mini e wo mo ni ngmenegbe ne wo sa wo tashilolo ni awi ake alehe na awola manche ya ale doja ke boni la manche gomo shikamo yo awon ale boni Jaasetse gbena shikamo yo ale moni yo la manche se keji la manche be ale council ni tashi ojogba constitutor ke ha majache me ne fe gomo ewo ebi oni wo yi anokwale ye gan ni ke wo yi anokwale ye gan gaba ajo tinkun ye gbe ife gbe ano ni noya ni sa ibaba wo te yan ewo be ne ke ji boni imu onwie mo na iha ife ko analysis he let us spend back kandi di mamo no fe no mi ewo nye fa ni nye iradon akeshi nye boni fi mo na etwe wo ba nye wo cha commentary e ke analysis ke ni bi efe etwe ye no ji akeshi comment section ne ke ale no ni wie moko ni ne ya te ye ekule post e daisi e ja ke let us say ni baba na ma last two ke la Jaasetse ke ni bi na aka che ko ke ni bi shin tema fi te wo fi ada fi twale sani onyo chi ko mata wale no ke ye nwie mo amli ya wie mo ni alo position ko ke ni bi ni ya che ni nche lo jogba be nche me fe la mi to jeta fla che ni mi nganye fe che me ye last two we alo la traditional council mi banye do manye nche me ye kwe mi banye do manye nche me ya bese mi banye do manye nche me ye la manfe ke nye me fe blue mi banye fe nye ding o manye agbene ablade TV followers fe mi danye fe shin akengmene nye wish me happy birthday inform ogbene afomi so ne bagbe so ewo ina he wo bi nse nye fe nye iradon akeshin nye wish me ke wa mo fe wa mo ni nye ke ha ablade TV won twa ofaishi ni won fish ake be fe bi oba abomoden ni wo twa adafi ojogba adafi papa adafi ni sa adafi ni ke no ya ba adafi ni your straw to ye wo manganwie momlin boni eje yega ewo be ye fe nye iradon inye nupa Johnson Kwe mi bodo manye o iradon inanu hia ke shi ona hechile ewo atakwe ye Amsterdam nuncho denche awajebo ni eha no damona ni no ekon agbene nche blofo sa ye Amsterdam ile ake ona hechile nuncho awajebo ni nujake shi ehabo hiwale ha wo ejake ochi baba o ne onako hechile ni eji na agba ojugba ewo nche blofo sa nuncho denche ahabo hiwale inye nu Birmingham Van Dam okay exactly o iradon inye nu pa Raman ni ashite odera onupa mi bodo manye o iradon aka fi bi kekwe woni fi mo ko susu mo ni okeba agbene inye nu pa Clotia Nabi Opoti o fine o iradon glorious birthday anniversary to you bro, may the grace of God Almighty be with you always. Cheers to happy days. O for iradon nyongbo ajobo anyete you know soa and why he did it there. I witnessed the swearing of ni tete to be true. Ate etena. Check his swearing in videos. Yo, ofobanyo ke wono ko fio ye he. No e woni like obiake many we fie na kan many woni e aswe te etena. Wote amekome oblanya bi jiwo. Wo fie bemli na woni ipo bitete true afako. Aha, shike onye oba shed light here no ke no he wono obiake many he wo. Ni ipo bitete true I aswele ye te etena. It will be interesting to know. Theodora Clearland inye yo nukpa nye se ko momlinko ye obonu FM ni Curious Minds produce or called no obla yo ko gbe ne na chojo ba ke ganwie mo na kan bia mi yo obla in ko obla ya ni fie mo ni di momlinko be wonye yo nukpa Theodora Clearland di mo ni presenter na kan bia mi na abaye se ni mi obodai imbaye na janye obonu FM ye wo mo no le ni njada fitwa ashishiye Injenshi Obonu FM through Curious Minds, no me presenter Oblain ko Oblaya program over 10 years ago. Wada future ni chumo wa jenshi ne over 16 years ago ne ni oboin chumo. E one year Theodora Clearland. Oyirado Kemini. Please Krakranya was he chief for Jaasetse. Ne Krakranya mancheni, la mancheni. Kale no ni ake Jaasetse ni ebe na ni ton. Ni Krakranya he was a manche shije Jaasetse. By all means say buying Jaasetse na kan bia amli. Okay. Okraja taria gogo inye nupa gofre taria gogo mi bodo manye. Okay, interesting happenings in la inye nu ne no me Ghana Institute of Journalism en senior journalism school ni nti en senior ni they no me ye general secretary wi ye jeme as students representative council general secretary ni etenia and meji money imbaye na jian ye Ghana Institute of Journalism me ake general secretary ni etrami na jiojogba especially ne ile ake infe lanyo fomo bi ake infe nyemie ekemi shojogba e wonye nupa okraja taria gogo aha taria okraja Godfrey taria gogo mi bodo manye oyira don inye nupa ni ashito dera. Okay, happy birthday anyenu oyira do be bia gie ni nke imanie bo alo isanegba alo inikanemo wa loja akeshi anti setino forikuma ino kole oyira don akeshi owishimi nye fenye ira don ke wamo dinye ke ha abladi tv wa ba kan ni wobo wo modern bonisa ke trada future ni loja akeshi ke shwele mo ke no ya baba ye o manga wonye kai nye kwa abladi tv nye kai nye supporter abladi tv benye fenye ira don mi ni obodai togbo ashon ne ni Rosemary Koko anyigba ajimoni e produce mi nye twa no manya aba